Good afternoon, people. Welcome back to Patrol Base Live. I'm Stu, and we're live on YouTube and Facebook. And again, we've brought something out to end the week. It's brand new. So the Arcturus line has got a little bit bigger. So if you've got any questions on the Arcturus platform, anything that's been on the website before, or all this new stuff, by all means, drop your questions down below. We'll flash them up on the screen and make sure everyone knows what's going on. As always, we'll start at the front and work our way back. So this is a sort of larger, sort of longer variant of some of the stuff we've had before. We've had like the Karambit and the PDW style bits in. This is the Arcturus Sabre, and it comes in a couple of lengths. The back end and the receiver and the mags are all the same, but there is a long and a short rail version. At the front, you've got a tri-pin 40mm counterclockwise thread. So the thread is normal, but it's a very cool looking angry flash hider at the front. But you can swap it out for your suppressors, tracers, anything you want like that. Coming back to the M-Lock Mark 16 style rail, so they have gone for that new Mark 16 look with the M-Lock rail, the stock and the sort of slimline profile, making this sort of a really sleek looking platform. So you've got loads of M-Lock on this, you've got loads of real estate for all your accessories, whether or not you want to add bits of rail where you need to, or you want to put direct M-Lock parts onto it, which are available as well. So you've got M-Lock on the right, left and bottom, and then you've got loads of 20mm rail going across the top if you wanted to put a pec box on there. It does come with the flip-up sights. They're not locked in place, they are just indented, so you can just lift and drop as you see fit. But when you get this out of the box, they are underneath the foam. It actually took me a little while to find it. I thought they were missing out of the box, but they are underneath the foam. And it's just a little flathead screw to attach them. So the rail itself is CNC'd aluminium, and underneath there is the outer barrel, and it does have a tight bore in this. So the inner barrel is a 6.03mm. These are that new. I actually don't know how long the barrel is, but it does go all the way to the flash hider. I just don't know its exact measurements. So it is quite a long inner barrel, so your range accuracy and consistency is going to be really, really nice. So Kieran on YouTube, what is it constructed of? So just said the rail itself is CNC'd aluminium. There are some steel parts, so the parts of the charging handle, the iron sights, the trigger, and some of the hard wearing bits have been made out of steel, but the receiver, rail, and other bits have been made out of aluminium. So the sort of fixed in position parts that are sort of just locked in place and aren't going to move, they've used aluminium to keep it lightweight. But anything that's going to have functionality like the bolt release, the selector, the charging handle, anything that's going to get constant use all the time, and wear points like the sling point, they've used steel. So there has been some thought into this, and it's really, really, really good. And I think even the flash hider itself is steel as well. So coming back to the receiver, it is right-handed biased, so the selector is only on the left-hand side, and you do have safe, semi, and full auto on this. It does have the oversized paddle on this side, because when you've got there is a butterfly style charging handle to get to your hop, and it does hold back, making it very, very easy, quite convenient to change your hop. So Sam, do they do a shorter version? Yes. So I think there's about 5 or 6 new versions in the Sabre range. But I know that currently on our shelf doing it now, there's the long one and there is a slightly shorter one. And I think it's about 2 M-Lock sections shorter, and I think there's a couple of others. But Arcturus as a whole just have an absolute humongous range of different platforms with PDW style stocks, full stocks, super short CQB style platforms. So Arcturus is a great build. So the heart of it, the gearbox and everything like that is the same, but you do have the options of getting something that you like the look of. So then you can get to your rotary style hop. So again, the hop is absolutely spot on. Be aware if you do get your hands on one of these, when I got this out of the box, the BBs did roll out of it, so there's absolutely zero hop applied when you get it out of the box. So you will have to apply at least a small amount of hop to get a good consistent FPS reading. Out the box it was doing like 200, 210. As soon as I've applied a little bit of hop and got it consistent, it was doing pretty much bang on 330, 335. at a good sort of 12 to 13 rounds a second on a 7.4. As always, we can't recommend doing 11.1 because of power limits and pre-engagement. We haven't tested these properly to be able to recommend anything higher than a 7.4. Other very, very cool features with this is the magazines. It does come with 2 magazines. I've got the other one here. So the other one in the box is a 340 round high capacity magazine. So if you're brand new to the sport or you've not had an M4 platform before and you don't want to have to budget for mags, it does come with a high cap, meaning you can grab this and play and not have to constantly reload. So it's a normal winding mag. So that's the 340 rounder. The mag that I've got here is the mid cap. And anyone that caught one of the ERG live streams earlier in the week, this has a similar feature. So it is 120 rounds, but if for whatever reason you go to an event that is real cap only, or you want to try running 30 rounds, that's totally doable. This Damien on Facebook, what is it like weight wise? It looks really well built. Yes, this thing is very, very solid. There's no rattle to it. It has been put together really well. I mean, even the click of the bolt going forward, they've definitely put this together properly. Off the top of my head, it's not as heavy as like the ERGs, but it is a little bit more than your standard AG. So this thing's coming in at about 2.8 kilos, I think is on my notes. So it's not up there 3.5 kilos like the ERGs or something silly like an LMG, but the way that they've put this together and the materials they've used, it's got a bit of weight. But saying that, the CNC rail keeps the front end very light, and most of the weight is back here where the gearbox and the motor is. So when this thing's shouldered, it's very balanced. It sits really nicely and is manoeuvred very, very well. Sam, is that a Mark 16? Yes. So this is becoming the new trend, the new goal build that some people are looking for is the Mark 16, and that's key for the rail at the front here with the double lug at the bottom. It's sort of it's potentially what's going to take over from the Mark 18. The Mark 18 is not going anywhere. It is a classic. It will always have a fan base, but this is the next iteration of it, and it will be the thing that people are trying to build. And what you've got here is you have the rail and the flash hider, so you're not having to do extra bits like that. You have the correct style iron sights, you've got the standard receiver, and you've got the oversized bolt release catch on the left-hand side, and a very cool slimline stock as well. Sling points on this, you've got multiple. I don't think the holes in the front are QD. I think they're just for sure. But at the back you have multiple single and double point sling points. But at the back in the stock there is a QD point if you wanted to do it that way. Paul Eastwood on Facebook, are the PTS mags compatible? Yes, so this does take absolutely any standard AEG M4 mags, and this one will eat up the EPMs, the EPM1s, the EPM1Ss, everything like that. This will absolutely love them. Its rate of fire's very, very good for it to keep up with the 250 round EPM1s, but yeah, they'll drop in really nice into this thing. And the fact that it comes with 2 mags, it's really good anyway. Emma Davis on Facebook, if using a G&G CM16 Raider as a benchmark, how does this compare in your opinion? The grip looks smooth. Would there be an issue with that? So the grip is slightly different to the CM16. It's got a slightly different sort of profile. It is comfortable, but again, it's hard to know how everyone handles platforms differently. But I'd say this is definitely a step up from the CM16. It does have electronics in it. It has got Deans. It has got the silver wiring. The build quality is absolutely phenomenal on this thing. The tolerances are brilliant, and it does actually have, you can hear that clicking, it does have a almost like a true trigger brake on it. So as you get back, it clicks the switch and there is a back spring, so there is a bit of pressure coming back, helping the spring reset, meaning that you can bounce the trigger a little better, meaning your semi-auto fire is a lot better. So coming back to the stock, simple 6-position adjustable, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it on that side. Oh, Daniel Pale, it looks like the AR-15. Does it only do semi or full auto? Yeah, this does safe, semi, and full auto. So safe is simply a trigger lock, locks the trigger out. Up is on semi, where you get the trigger brake, and if you flick it all the way around that way, you will get full auto as well. If you weren't here at the start, it's doing about 330 FPS. at about 13 rounds a second on a 7.4. So even out the box, this thing's really, really good. So you can't see it on this side of the stock tube, but on this side of the stock tube, there is a hidden serial number. So when the stock is collapsed, you can't see it, but these are serial numbered. So for a little bit of security and confidence, you have got that. There is a secondary serial number on the receiver as well. When you do take the stock off these, there is a cap on the end of the buttstock. So you can take that off and increase your battery length and have it with the stock out, so you've got loads of space. But if you're wanting to run shorter batteries and keep a full sealed waterproof system at the back, if you plan on playing on sort of worse weather, there is a cap that screws onto the back of the stock tube, keeping it safe from any external weather. I did say it is Dean's and it is silver wired, so they've got all the really good internal parts. But again, if you've got platforms, if you've got batteries and stuff already, it does come with a little adapter. So if you already have Tamiya, you've already got some AEGs already. People saying that they've got the G&G, probably running Tamiya or anything like that. You don't have to budget in for extra batteries. You can just run this for a little bit and get batteries at another time. So yeah, I'll do another quick overview for people that have joined us afterwards. We'll go from front to back, but again, if we've missed anything and you want to know any more information, just drop it down below, we'll flash it up and make sure that we get the information out to you. So as I was saying, it's got the 3-prong flash hider at the front. Underneath that is your 14mm counterclockwise thread for your suppressors, tracers, Spitfires, anything like that, muzzle brakes, louderners, whatever you want to put on this, you can do it. Flip up indent iron sights, so there's no buttons or anything to press. You can just flick them up, flick them down, just get them out of the way. So if you do have an optic on the top, for whatever reason your battery dies or something goes wrong, you can flip the iron sights up, shoot through the tube, and still have something to aim with rather than just trying to guess fire. Mark 16 style front M-lock rail, so you've got M-lock on the right, left and bottom with 20mm going across the top. The 20mm on the top does have the numbered rail indicators, so if you are changing, swapping out your accessories and you have different loadouts for different events, it's quite easy to put them exactly back where they were, so you're not trying to guess and have to redo it all the time. So coming back to the receiver, right hand dominant, as with quite a lot of things nowadays. So the mag release is on the left hand, is on the right hand side there. You do have the oversized, easy to hit paddle on the left, and the fire selector is on the left, so safe, semi and full auto. You do have a butterfly style charging handle that does hold the bolt open, get into your rotary hop, and the paddle does shut it. Sam on YouTube, how's the hop unit and quality of the air seal on the Arcturus? Really, really good once you have a bit of hop set. So as I was saying, when I got this out of the box earlier and went to chrono it, it was chronoing very, very low. So with the hop unit, when it's fully off, there is literally no hop applied. So what that means is there is nothing holding the BB in the chamber. So once the BB is in, it can quite easily, very, very slowly roll down the barrel. Because it is a 603, it's not going to dribble all the way out, but it does mean it's rolling down the barrel, which means you're not getting a good air seal. So when you do pull the trigger for that first round, you don't get very consistent FPS because the BB can be in different places. So we're getting a 20 or 30 FPS variance right at the start at about 200 to 230, which is very, very low. So just checked it, added the tiniest little bit of hop, and it went up to 330 and stayed there very, very consistently. Very good air seal, and I think with the barrel and the type bar on this, it's going to be really good range, accuracy, consistency-wise. And then even adding a bit more, it still stayed at that 330, telling me that it's got a really good air seal. Sam again on Facebook. Any plans to talk about snipers soon? Yes, so we've got a couple of brand videos planned soon, including Evolution. Evolution do some M40 style snipers that are have bundles available with scopes, bipods, all sorts of stuff in loads of different camos. So if that's something you're interested in, won't be next week, maybe the week after on Thursday, something like that. But if you've got a sniper specifically you want us to talk about, drop us a message on Instagram. We'll bang it on our list. And again, viewer suggestions quite rapidly go to the top of the list before anyone else. Damien Pale on Facebook. I've just seen the AR-15 Karambit online. Is this from the new line? It looks like a PDW one. So Arcturus, the heart of the Karambit, will be exactly the same as this. What we've talked about with like the mags, the receiver, the gearbox, the wiring, exactly the same. The Sabre is just, I wouldn't say it was new. It's just their newest incantation of a build, so the Mark 16 rail, the stock and everything like that, but the Karambit, if you're looking for something CQB, PTW, something super fast, aggressive CQB style, it is very, very cool, very, very good, and again, it's got some really cool features as well. Lil Fard on YouTube. Off topic, sorry. What would be the best start AEG and battery for about £200 or under? I've been pulling my hair out, looking at multiple different things. Under 200 quid, you're probably best off looking at Spectre arms. There are tons and tons of Spectre arms under that. There's plenty of G&Gs. Off the top of my head, I think you won't be able to get a battery in there, but the ARP is around that. But I think there's plenty around the sort of 150 mark. But again, if you've got a budget or anything like that, drop us a message. We can put a few ideas together, because again, your budget also depends on where you're playing. CQB, outdoors. Are you planning on doing both? Do you want optics, batteries and chargers? You've already got your head screwed on planning battery and charger in your budget, so that's always great, because regardless of what happens and what comes in the box, if a battery and charger comes in the box with an AEG, throw it away. The chargers aren't great. The batteries have been sat for a long time and they're considered free, just basically to test it. Once you've tested it and once you've done it, get rid of them. Get some good quality batteries, get some Nuprol, get a Nuprol charger, and you're going to have a much better day. So coming back, speaking of chargers and batteries, for those that missed it earlier, this is wired to DINs. Don't be worried about that if you already have AEGs and you already have batteries. The Tamiya connector on your batteries will fit to the connector and the adapter that comes in the box with this. So you attach this side to the platform and then that side goes into your batteries. It just means you're able to run them. TSS on YouTube. Do you guys plan to get more HPA items back soon? Yes. Short answer, yes. Long answer, we don't know how long it's going to take. We are planning to do a full HPA section on the website at some point. Probably focusing around maybe Wolverine. Again, Titmans are on there as and when we can get them in, but we are planning on doing HPA as an entirety at some point. If you've got something that you want us to look at, by all means, drop us a message. James on YouTube. Do you do any folding stocks for M4s? I don't think we do. I think the only folding stocks you will get for M4s are some gas blowback ones. You can get folding stocks that hold the recoil system in the back. But if you're wanting something to be compact and you want to shorten it either for travel or for gameplay wise, look at the PDW style stocks. Spectre arms do them, where rather than it folding, you get bars that come down the side. And again, it shortens the platform, does a very similar thing, but it keeps your battery compartment. The only other folding stocks, you're probably looking at SMGs like your MP7 or stuff that we did a couple of days ago. Again, that has sliding stocks, but you'll get the KWA MP9s has a folding stock. It all depends what you're wanting it for. If it's purely for travel and everything like that, I'd probably look at a PDW stock instead, because they're a lot more consistent and a lot more... They're built better. If you are looking for an M4 and you want something folding, probably not M4, but maybe Scar. Scars have the folding stock, and they're really, really cool. But I think we've covered a ton there. If we've missed any of your questions on the Arcturus or anything at all, it's always good to talk to you about absolutely anything. So if you do need any information off us, if you want a very quick response, drop us a message on Instagram. Bang a comment underneath the video, by all means. But that is it for this week. We're going to have a weekend off, and we will be back Monday. We're back every day at 4 p.m. So if you want to be a regular, just join us. Drop any messages you want in there, and just come and have a chat, and we will talk about whatever we have in front of us. But again, if you have any suggestions on what you want us to do on live streams, by all means, drop us a message. Instagram's the best place to do it. It means that we can log it down a lot easier and throw it to the top of the list. But if that's been everything for today, I will catch you again on Monday at 4 p.m. I'll see you in a bit.